kasama po namin kayo sa pagsamba sa aming pagkain sa araw po ito. Sabi po sa Psalm 69 verse 20, I will praise God's name in song and glorify Him with thanksgiving. Tunay nga po sa bawat araw, ibigay sa Lord kalanginan para lagi tayo magtulog sa Kanya, lagi tayo magpasalamat sa Kanya. And all the blessings that we receive sa bawat araw is tunay nga po na nagbibigay po sa Kanya. Kaya narapat lang na balik natin yung mataas na papuri, yung mataas na pagsaba sa Kanya na pinapangalan. And tunay nga po sa bawat araw siya nagagabay at nagliligtas po sa atin at sarili natin, naging sa pamilya po natin. Praise the name of God, amen? Yan, si po ay puri sa mga sa ating Panginoon. Jesus, for every healing for the life of the Lord of support our Jesus. We bless your name, Jesus. We praise your name for the hallelujah. We shout your name, Lord Jesus. Thank you for hearing our praises, our worship. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Oh Jesus, thank you for salvation, for the gift of life, Lord Jesus. We will shout your name. Oh, hallelujah. We praise you. Oh, Father, Holy Spirit. Oh, Father, Holy Spirit. Jesus. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for being good, good Father. Lord, bless you.
Blessed good afternoon mga kapatid. Kumusta na po kayo? This week we are celebrating Father's Day, as you can see. Again, this is a special day para sa ating mga tatay. I happen to read a wish list for a perfect father. Yung share daw paano mo ano yung hinahanap mong perfect father, ano yung mga katangian nila. And there are several. One, nasabi po doon, a perfect father para sa kanya is one who gives my allowance on time with 50% increment every year. Ang tindi, no? 50% increase kada taon. Kung ikaw ay nagre-renta ng bahay, it's only 10%. Pero ito, yung tatay daw na talagang gustong-gusto niya para sa kanya is a perfect one. Is somebody who gives the allowance 100% on time, and there's an increase every year. And somebody says, a perfect father for me is somebody who allows me to drink all the great wines he kept and he keeps in our household. Sabihin, siguro ito, medyo tumador ng gusto to. Kaya yun ang gusto niya. Yung papayagan siya inumin mga special na alak ng tatay niya. Another one is that a perfect father is somebody who shows up in every important events of my life. Sports competition, recitals, school awarding, lahat, pati yung mga honors, lalo na kung magna ka, magna 9 years ka doon sa college, malamang magsasawa, tinatapin mo sa kapunta sa iyo. So, another one, a perfect father is somebody who provides well for his family. Also, a perfect father brings the kids and tells them bedtime stories. Yan. Yung mga nagkikwento daw. ng mga storya sa gabi ng mga tatay. Also, somebody says, a perfect father for me is somebody who works 8 hours a day and goes home to do laundry and iron clothes. Baka nanay yung nagsabi nito. Pero definitely, a father for him is somebody who works hard. A perfect father is somebody who loves his wife unconditionally. As much as we want a perfect dad, we all know that they fail sometimes, not just sometimes, but many, many times. They commit mistakes, even huge mistakes, and this is a fact of life. So today, allow me to share with you the thoughts how we can share or how we can honor our Father regardless of their situation and our relationship and their relationship towards us. Paano ba natin igagalang at pararangalan yung ating mga tatay? So, I'll be sharing to you about honoring our fathers. So, I simply entitled God's message this afternoon, Honor Thy Father. Honor Thy Father. Parang John Lloyd lang po yan. Our text is found in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1 to 3. Very short, and allow me to read this to you. Ephesians 6:1, Children, obey your parents in the word, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Sandali po tayong manalangin as we proceed in our study of God's Word. Father, we humble ourselves before you again, and we thank you for sustaining us for the past weeks, in spite that we're still battling this COVID-19 pandemic, and each one of us are having expectations that this will turn out kahit na paano mapapabuti pa rin po kami dahil sa biyaya mo, Panginoon. So, right now, we just thank you, God, for everything that you've done for the past days and weeks. And as we study your word right now, we ask na ikaw po ang mangungusap sa amin. Inspire your word and let your Holy Spirit speak to us, O God, especially in teaching us how to honor our fathers regardless of our situation. So, we entrust this time to Lord, be glorified. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. 3 things that we're going to study this afternoon. I'll be sharing to you about the meaning of honoring our fathers. Secondly, we'll talk about the motivations in honoring our fathers. And thirdly, we'll talk about the manners, yung mga pamaraan, paano ba natin na-honor yung ating mga tatay. Again, let me start by sharing you the first point. Okay? The meaning of honoring our fathers. Okay? What does it mean to honor our fathers? Does it mean like being an honor student? No? Yun bang ibig sabihin niya, yung magpakaulugan niya? The word honor came from the Hebrew word kabed or kabod. Same word with glory actually, which means to value, to esteem highly, or to prepare. Kabod. Honor. It means giving value or esteeming highly or preparing somebody. Now, the key to honoring someone is first and foremost by knowing your place. Dapat alamin mo yung katayuan mo at doon sa taong binibigyan mo at bibigyan mo ng parangalan. In 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 29, nagpahayag ang Lord ng kanyang disappointment. Kung sabi niya, this is a story about Eli. Samuel confronted Eli because Eli is a priest serving in a temple, and he has 2 sons. As a priest, they were the ones offering sa Lord. But unfortunately, they are not following. The sons are not. Eli is a good priest, but the sons are not following the system that prescribed by the Lord in offering their sacrifices. So the Lord spoke against Eli through Samuel, the prophet Samuel, and said, "Why do you scorn my sacrifice and offering that I prescribe for my dwelling? Why do you honor your sons more than me?" So this is very clearly pinapakita yung ibig sabihin ng pagbibigay ng parangal o honor by placing the person in the right place. In the case of Eli and his sons, si Eli, mas pinahalagahan niya binibigyan niya ng mas mataas na pwesto yung kanyang anak kaysa sa Diyos. That's why, as I've said, the key to honoring someone is by knowing your place. God has a distinct position, lofty one, meaning mataas, and we should know our place towards Him. We honor Him because He is God and He is indeed in lofty position, higher than anyone else. In honoring our parents, we recognize their distinct positions. Kapag sinabing ginagalang, pinaranawalan, kinikilala mo yung posisyon na meron sila. Why? Because we're never equal to our parents in terms of our position and their position. Okay? Of course, kaya nga hindi magandang pakinggan kapag yung anak mo o yung apo mo tatawagin kayo in the first name, by your first name, like Obed, samantalang anak mo na siya o kaya apo mo siya. Why? Because you're not equal by virtue of position. Sino sa atin ang kahit ng mga magulang natin? Hindi, of course, nauna silang lumabas. Kaya nga hindi tamang to level up to them yung ating katayuan in terms of position because they are the parents and we are the children. The fact na binigay sa atin yung ating mga magulang, it means hindi tayo binigyan ng karapatang pumili. It was designed by the Lord. At that itself dictates kung ano tayo sa kanila at anong posisyon natin bilang mga anak at sila bilang mga magulang. Wala naman siguro sa atin na nung pinapanganak tayo sinisilang tayo nilalabas ka, tumatanggi ka, ayoko sa iyo, ayoko sa magulang ito at babalik na lang ako. Wala pong gano'n. God has given our parents a distinct position just like other authorities, presidents, congressmen, senators, or even the policemen. They were given a position for us to recognize and to honor. That means honoring. Okay? Seeing them in the distinct position that were given by the Lord. Okay? Putting them in the right place. Now, if anyone was aware, siguro in celebrating Father's Day, it originated to a person by the name of Sonora Smart Dog. Okay? Sonora was actually in a church listening to a message about Mother's Day. When she got interested, she pondered, if there's a day for Mother's Day, how come there's no special day for fathers? Why? Because Sonora felt strongly yung attitude na to because of her affection sa kanyang father, si William Smart, who was really a very responsible father who took care of her and other brothers and sisters because yung nanay niya actually passed away nung pinapanganak yung pagbuso nilang kapatid. That was the time that she was 16 years old. Nakulila sila. And the dad, actually, si William Smart, took care of them lovingly, patiently, inalagaan sila as a single father. That's why she felt that her fathers deserved to be honored, to be recognized. That's why she campaigned for this and she asked for some support in different organizations like YMCA. And so the Father's Day idea gained a heightened popularity. And the goal is to establish more intimate relationship between fathers and their children and to impress upon fathers the full measure of their obligations as parent. Kaya nga in 1966, the President Lyndon Johnson at the time signed a presidential proclamation declaring the third Sunday of June to be the official Father's Day. Why? Because someone wants to really recognize that distinct position that the Lord has given into the faithful father na meron siya, si William Smart. That is actually honoring, recognizing and giving the person that distinct position, esteeming him highly. So, why should we honor our fathers? We'll talk about the motivation for honoring our fathers. Two things. We honor our Father simply because God commands it. Inutos po ng Diyos siya. No? Many times, when God commands something to us, many times you'll find it is not natural for us to do it. That's why God is commanding us that thing na gawin natin. Like, when God commanded us to love one another. It is not natural for us to do that. And God would like us to practice that we love one another. More so, in loving our enemies. Mas mahirap yan. That's why God commanded us also to love our enemies. You can't see a command na yung natural mong ginagawa. Halimbawa, hindi ka kinakailangan utusan kumain. Sapagkat kakain ka kapag gutom ka. In fact, yung iba sa atin, kumakain kahit hindi gutom. You don't need to command that because it's naturally being done. Many times you'll find when God commands something, it's simply because hindi natin natural na ginagawa yan. But the command that the Lord is giving us is another suggestion. When He said, honor your father and mother. By the way, magkasama sila dito, but primarily we're going to focus on the father for this occasion. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. It's not a suggestion. Hindi sinabi yan, honor your father and mother, which is the first suggestion with an option. No, sinabi yan, which is the first commandment with a promise. We need to be honoring our fathers because it is not conditional, it is non-negotiable. It is a command. We don't have any option but to do it and to follow it. God didn't say, honor your father and mother if they provided you well. Hindi ka lang inuutusan sumunod sa mga magulang mo, sa tatay mo particularly, kung mabait siya sa'yo. Or if you're well taken care of. Honor your father and mother, period. That's it. If you're well taken care of, hindi yun ang kondisyon, kundi simply honor them. Regardless of what they've done to you or didn't do to you, you have to honor your father. Sometimes we have lots of expectations from our parents, particularly our fathers, and we compare them to others that if they were not able to perform and provide for us, we look at them as terribly bad. And they lose yung ating honor, yung respect na kailangan ibigay natin sa kanila. Interesting thing, if you're aware, or maybe not, there's nowhere in the Bible that we are commanded to love our parents. Maybe, obviously, pero interestingly, bakit hindi wala kang makita utos na mamahalin mo yung mga magulang? But there's a command to honor your parents. Specifically, honoring them. Unfortunately today, mga kapatid, many parents nowadays seeks to be loved by their children more than to be honored. Ulitin ko. More parents nowadays seek to be loved by their children more than to be honored. Mas ginugusto ng mga magulang ngayon na sila mali ng amana kaysa igalang. As a result, maraming magulang ngayon ayaw nilang nababatrip yung kanilang mga anak because they want to be loved more than to be honored. Natatakot silang baka hindi ako mali ng anak ko, na apo ko. Merong practicality and word why He commanded for us to honor our parents and for our children to learn to honor their parents. Okay? It follows. Ano po? Ang resulta tuloy, if we are pursuing and trying to pursue that children will love us more than honoring us, that's the reason why at times it builds insecurity. Imbes na disiplinahin natin, hindi natin disiplinahin kasi natatakot tayo, baka magtampo siya. As a result, we produce spoiled brat children. Spoiled brat children. Just like this one. Bata siya. But Dad, it's only $149.99. Baka pacifier lang pinagbibigyan ng bata. Imagine $150. Ano? The one who caused the shot many, many times inside the home are a self-centered, self-absorbed kids. Why? We fail to teach them to honor us as parents. Because we are afraid that they will not love us kapag dinisiplina natin. Kaya nga nakakalungkot, ang problema ng mga bata ngayon, napakalalaki. No? Nagdadabog, nagwawala, ang hina ng wifi, ng signal. Yung iba, inis na inis, magsusumbong sa nanay, sa tatay, hindi daw umaabot yung cable ng kanyang charger doon sa kanyang higaan. At para bang hindi nakikibuin all throughout. Kambal daw ano po. Simply because they learn to be self-centered, not disciplined. And so, what happened? Instead of honoring their parents, they became so self-centered. Again, it's a reminder from the Word of God, from Proverbs, that we have to discipline our children. He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is careful to discipline him. We need to inculcate the discipline so that children will learn to honor their parents. Because God commanded it. Secondly, the reason why we need to honor our parents is because not just we're commanded to do it, but God even compensates it. God compensates it. Sabi ng, before that, of all the commandments, yung 10 rules na binigay kay Moses, again, interestingly, the only commandment, a command given with a promise, is the command to honor the parents. What was the promise? That it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Yung siyang nautos, walang promise doon. Sambahin mo ang Diyos mo, ganyan, at ganito mangyari. Wala. Walang promise. Huwag kang papatay, walang promise. Pero pagdating sa magulang, honor your parents, that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. On the earth. Mayroong promise ang Panginoon. Why? Because God would like us really to learn that there's a fruit niresult kapag iginalang ng magulang. Kasi magaling nga lang tayo madalas, minsan, sumunod, mag-honor through our words. Ang tawag doon ay lip service. Susunod lang sa salita pero sa buhay hindi. Susunod ka pero nagdadabog ka naman. That is dishonorable. Okay? It's just like the anger of God towards the people who come to Him in worship. Sabi ng Lord in Isaiah 29:13, the Lord says, these people come near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Lumalapit sila, sumasamba sila, nag-aalay sila, pero yung puso naman nila ay malayo. God doesn't want it. Hindi gusto ng Panginoon yung ganung uri ng pagsunod o paggalang na hindi naman totoo sa puso, kundi sa labid bibig lang. God wants a wholehearted honoring because God rewards it. Sometimes we have to ask, ilang tanong natin minsan, bakit ba yung buhay ko parang hirap? Parang hindi magaan. Sometimes, one of the reason is because we fail to honor our parents. Because the promise is there. When you honor your parents, you will live long life. And sabi nga, again, that it may go well with you. Gagaan yung buhay mo, hahaba rin ang buhay mo. May promise ang Panginoon. Why is life so difficult at times? Kindly go back. Kumusta ba yung relasyon mo sa magulang, paggalang mo? The reason why you're struggling sometimes, you're trying to neglect to settle yung cold relationships na meron ka sa tatay mo. Maybe because He failed. Nagkamali siya sa'yo. So, parang bahala siya sa buhay niya. Without knowing it, by not honoring your father or your mother, the promise is deprived from you. Nagumaang yung buhay mo at tumaba ang buhay mo. So, let's go to that point, which is my emphasis tonight, which is actually the manner how to honor our fathers. Paano nga ba natin yung honor yung ating mga tatay? Again, very practical. Obey them. Or obey him. Sabi ng verse 1, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Now, we're not talking about age here when it says children. Whenever you are, maybe you're 30 or 60 years old, as long as you still have a father, you're commanded to obey your parents. Because that is right. Okay? Wala sa edad dyan. As long as you have a father, you have a parent, you need to serve this command, which is to obey. No? Kahit pa 60 years old ka na. And by the way, may bagong batas nga pala pagdating sa community quarantine, no? Yung 60s, senior citizen, 60 years old, above, pwede nang lumabas. Basta kasama nila yung tatay nila. Yan daw yung bagong batas. Some of us today, especially the youth, feels more knowledgeable than their parents, than their dad. Hindi kasi take si daddy, hindi kasi walang alam si daddy pagdating sa mga social media. Wala siyang alam pagdating sa Facebook. Napaka-ethnic niya. Ang alam niya lang mga Friendster pa. You see, even if our parents are not knowledgeable in these areas, it is not an excuse for us to dishonor them and disobey them. Just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you're wise. There are things in life that you can only learn through experience. Tututo yan. There are things in life that you can only learn from experience. If there's one thing that the Lord reminded me right now about my father, is that my father is a chef cook sa barko. And you know kung anong natapos niya? Undergraduate sa elementary. Undergraduate sa elementary. Hindi pa natapos sa elementary. And yet, naging chef sa barko. Why? Because of his experience. Because there are things in life that you don't learn sa ibang bagay maliban sa karanasan. Kaya minsan pag sinasabihan mo, anak mo, huwag mo ganyan, hindi na marunong kasi hindi pa nga nilang naranasan. And they have to experience it. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes they need to fail to realize tama pala yung sinasabi ng magulang ko. Brothers and sisters of the Lord, more than anyone else in this world, not your lolo, your lola, nor tita, your barkada, knows what's best for you, but your parents, your father. Yes, we recognize that there are parents who ask their children to do bad things. Maaring may mga magulang na ganyan. But let's take the promise of the Lord in Matthew chapter 7 verse 11. It says, if you then, though you're evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask Him? What I'm trying to emphasize is, mga kapatid, kahit gano'n pa siya kasama, it is natural for parents to give and to be concerned about their children, to give good gifts. Kahit anong sabihin pa natin gano'n siya kasama. Again, there are things that doesn't make sense to you right now as children na pinagagawa ng mga magulang mo, especially your father. Hindi mo na unawaan. Which later on, as time passes by, doon mo lang siya maunawaan. Alam niyo na yun? Alam natin yan. Mga bata tayo, pinagbawa, huwag ka pumunta niya sa party niyan. Matututo kang magbisyo. Mapapahama ka. Baka anong gawing kalokohan o matutunan mong kalokohan. Only when we're adults that we learn, tama pala sila. Diba? I like this caricature. It shows, sa picture nito, yung tatay, tinutuloy ng anak niya, nagdidilig ng halaman, sabi niya, son, one day you will appreciate the truly important things in life. Hindi pa lang ng bata niya, nung sinasabi ng tatay niya. Pero nung wala na yung tatay niya, namatay na, siya naman nagkaroon ng anak, na-realize niya, tama ang tatay ko, thanks God, sapagkat ngayon yung maliit na puno, maliit na alaman, ay puno na pwedeng pagduyanan ng aking anak. There are things that you may not understand, but only fathers and parents are aware na tama yun. That's why we need to listen from our parents, from our fathers. Ano po? We need to obey them. Alam niyo, mga bata na hindi marunong sumunod sa mga magulang nila, meron silang theme song. Ang theme song nila, yung kantang inawit ng title ay, dun lang. Sabi doon, kung natapos ko ang aking pag-aaral, di sinasana mayroon akong dangal na iharap sa iyo't pagyayabang, sa panaginip lang ako may pagdiriwang. Kaya sinabi ko yan yung theme song ng mga taong hindi marunong sumunod sa magulang. Hindi sila nakatapos, wala sila pang pagmalaki, dahil na pag umarap na sila sa taong iniibig nila. They never learn to obey. And that's the result. Okay? However, baka naman sabihin na one-sided tayo. Fathers, we should also be careful not to abuse the authority that the Lord has given to us. Marinaw din ang utos ng Panginoon. Ephesians 6:4. Okay? Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them in the training and instruction of the Word. Do not exasperate. I mean, exasperate na yan, mahirap po yan. Pero sa salitang Bego po mga kapatid, the word exasperate is parorgisate, which means to provoke to anger. Huwag mo daw itulak na maghimagsik ang kalooban ng iyong anak. Do not exasperate your children. Okay? Kailan ba natin naitutulak yung ating mga anak maghimagsik ang kalooban? Tayo mga magulang, lalo tayo mga tatay, magaling tayo sa ganyan. Minsan, matatalino tayo, natututo na tayo. Magaling tayo mamiloso po. Pinupiloso po natin yung ating mga anak. Katulad din sa anak. Yung isang bata, dumating mula sa paglalaro, nandinet na yung tatay niya, tay, gutom na ako, may pagkain ba tayo? Yung sabi ng tatay, tingnan mo na lang dyan sa rep. Sabi na, tay naman, wala tayong rep. O di wala tayong pagkain, ganun kasimple, anak. Minsan pinipiloso pa natin, imbis na sabihin natin diretso yung isang bagay. Ganun pa tayo kagaling. Hindi naman, minsan, natutulak natin ating mga anak by comparing them to others, to other children. Ang daming mga bata ngayon, we raise up in a performance-driven home. Pag sinabing performance-driven home, kinakailangan patunayan mo sarili mo, dapat umasenso ka, gumawa ka ng ganito, dapat maging career person ka, dapat magaling ka sa lahat ng bagay. They only feel valuable if they are good in school, in their career, in sports, in every events ng buhay nila. Kasi performance-driven nga eh. Matatanggap lang sila kapag magaling sila. I've shared to you one time, there's a friend of mine, a ping-pong body, na silang mag-asawa nag-move na dito sa Pilipinas for good. But they were actually hoping to have a better retirement and place na kung saan lilipat na naman sila makakapag-start ng bago. Unfortunately, they found out because of this COVID, mahirap palang kalagayan dito sa Pilipinas, and they tried to think of going back. Yung babae, she's very eager to go back to Dubai kahit ayaw ng asawa niya. Why? Simply because itong babae pala, later on as we talk, grew up sa isang family na kung saan na-cultivate sa kanila yung value na kinakailangan, magtagumpay sila sa lahat ng bagay, dapat lagi sila may magandang trabaho. Kaya ngayon nung wala siyang trabaho, nagkawindang-windang kayong kaisipan na para ba ang baba ng sarili niya, lagi siyang nadidepress. They went even further by consulting psychiatric doctors to help them, the wife to cope up. And we were talking several times. Even today, I was able to talk to that guy and ask if we can meet each other personally so that I can talk to the wife. Ganun katindi mga kapatid. And come to think of it, because anong reason bakit naging masyadong purpose-driven sila, or performance-driven sila? Simply because when they were young, they're being compared sa ibang bata. Natutulak sila noon. Nagiging insecure tuloy sila na ang value nila nandun lang sa kanilang mga ginagawa. Yung halaga ng sarili nila. Kaya tuloy pag nawala silang trabaho, parang wala na silang buhay, wala na silang kwenta. Pero po, kadalasan yung mga ganyang tatay na may kumparang anak, oftentimes, they commit the mistakes of looking for negative things sa kanilang mga anak and compare them from other kids. Diba? Ang dali natin hanapin yung mali sa kanila at may kukumpara natin sa iba. Na-share ko na sa inyo before, lagi sa storya. Tanong na si Junior. No? Inantay siya ng tatay niya, pag uwi niya, galing sa school, tapos nakita ng tatay niya, yung exam niya, sabi, Junior, bakit naman baba ng grade mo sa math? Bakit di mo gayahin si Carlo, yung anak ni Mang Conrad? Sabi ng anak, tay, unfair naman niya tayo. Sabi ni Junior. At bakit unfair? Tay, matalino tatay nun. Nabalikan patuloy siya anak niya by comparing. Ano po? Colossians 3:21 says, fathers, do not embitter your children or they will be discouraged. Minsan, na-embitter natin yung anak natin. Instead of encouraging them when they're down, okay, nadi-discourage pa natin lalo. Okay? Napibigatan na, nadi-discourage pa natin lalo. Okay? Sumasama talaga ng loob. Again, katulad yung sample, si Junior umuwi. Sabi, nagtatampo dahil pumunta siya sa tatay niya. Lagi na lang ako mali, lagi na lang ako mali. Mali ako lagi, hindi niyo ako mahal. Ako na lang lagi nakikita niyo, lagi akong mali. Kinumport siya ng father niya. Junior, anak, nagkakamali ka. Sabi na, talaga mali na naman ako. Wala na ako naging mali na naman ako. When is the time, the only time, mga kapatid, that we are not allowed, or we are allowed to disobey our parents as children? Bilang anak, kailan lang tayo pinapayagan sumuhay sa ating mga magulang? Only if they are asking us to do something that is obviously and directly contrary to God's will. Tandaan po natin yan. The only time that you're going to disobey your parents is that time when they are asking us to do something that is obvious and directly contrary to God's will. Sinabihan ka ng tatay mo, anak, nandiyan yung kolektor ng lakad ko. Sabihin mo, wala ako. Diretso yan. Diretso yung contrary sa kalooban ng Diyos. Anak, sabihin mo, pag nanood tayo ng singil, pag lapit natin doon sa tikitera, dahil libre yung 7 years old, pag sabihin mo, 7 ka lang. 8 years old na siya. Sabihin mo, 7 ka lang, parang, tayo naman, mas malaki pa ako sa tikitera. Sabi ng bata. Para lang malibre, ginagawa natin to. Without thinking that we're losing that integrity. Our capability to ask our children to obey us. Sometimes, natiting, nagkakaroon ng lamat. So, again, as children, if we want to honor parents, we need to obey them. Kahit anong parangal mo, kung hindi ka lang marunong sumunod sa magulang mo, you will fail. It's nothing. Secondly, honoring your parents can be done also by offering them thanks. Offering thanks. Pasalamatan natin. A lot of children today grew up with the attitude of self-entitlement. Self-entitlement. Parang, I deserve this, karapatan ko to. No? Kaya naman, they feel that they're so entitled sa pagiging anak ng magulang nila. Maririnig pa rin sinasabi, inanak-anak niyo ko, dapat pag-aralin niyo ko sa Ateneo. Inupan niyo ako ng kondo. Such entitlement. How many of our children today takes time to thank us for the provisions na ginagawa at pinaghirapan ng tamang tatay? When was the last time na sinabi mo, tayo, thank you sa mga pinapadala mong tuition ko at gamit ko. Ang dami mga bata dyan na hindi makabili ng mga iba't ibang gadget. Ako, papalit-palit ng kada taon. It's because of you. Have you ever paused and thank your father? Tayo, thank you dahil umuwi ka para lang makasama namin sa dinner. Thank you dahil maraming bata ngayon walang kasamang tatay habang kumakain sila sa bahay. Samantala ikaw nandito sa tabi namin. It's so easy to overlook the common things that we're enjoying as children with parents. It's so easy. When was the last time you thanked them? You see, the United States today says, America suffers from the phantom fathers. America suffers from the phantom fathers. Ang pinakamakang problema niyo mga kapatid, hindi yung violence, kundi yung kawalan ng tatay sa loob ng tahanan. Recent statistics will show you yung mga bahay ng tahanan. Sa kanilang statistics, US National Census Bureau, it says 60% ng rapists ay nanggaling sa mga tahanang walang tatay. 72% of adolescent martyrs yung mamamatay tao galing sa mga tahanang walang tatay. 70% of long-term prison inmates yung mga nasa kulungan galing sa mga tahanang walang tatay. Today, 80% ng mga bata nasa kanilang bahay matutulog walang kasamang tatay. That's why you can imagine kung bakit ganun kadaling magkagulo sa kanila. Nagrarayo, naninira. Because there's no father. When was the last time you thanked your father for his life? Offer him thanks. Obey him. And lastly, if you want to honor your father, observe your conduct. Observe your conduct. Hindi ba? When people see a very talented or excellent child, kapag nakakita tayo ng bata na napakatalino, napakagaling, napakatalentado, ang unang tanong natin, kaninong anak yan? Sino nagpalaki dyan? Sino ba tatay niya? The father is honored. Even in the Bible, you'll find that the person is introduced, makikita sa Bible, the son of Korah, the son of David. Yeah? Why? It's always in honor of the father. So if you want to honor your father, observe your conduct or live an honorable life. Proverbs 23:24 says, the father of a righteous man has a great joy. Yung daw tatay ng isang batang matuwid ay lubos ang kagalakan. He was a wise son, delights in him. Definitely. A father who's a wise or upright son will be his joy. Some of us may feel that we are proud of our father's failures and foolishness. Meron yan. Meron sa atin na kaya kami nagkaganito dahil sa kalukuhan ng tatay ko. That's the reason why we think that we have the reason to live a dishonorable life and miserable life. And we're blaming everything. Mga kapatid, you don't need to remain a victim of what they have done. Our Father did to us. In fact, you can overcome it by still honoring Him through living an honorable life. Pwede mo mapagtagumpayan yan by living an honorable life. So how do we honor? How do we honor a bad father? Paano natin may honor ang isang tatay na tinuturing nating naging masama sa atin? Fathers who abandon us, abuse us verbally, physically, some may be sexually. Paano? Alam mo, sa military, meron pong tinatawag na salute to the rank. Ano yung salute to the rank? Ito yung pagsaludo ng mga sundalo sa kapwa nila sundalo na mataas ang posisyon. Sinasaluduhan nila ito in spite na maaring galit sila doon sa tao na yun, in spite na ginawa sila ng kalokohan, in spite na pinagbububog sila during the training. They're saluting not the person but the rank. That's why it's salute to the rank. They're saluting the position, not the person. Why? You may not like the person because he may have beaten you and hurt you during your same relationship. But because of his position, you are still honoring him and respecting him, the rank that he has, the office that he possesses. When our parents did the other way around, instead of raising us up properly and lovingly, we can still honor them by virtue of their position as our parents. Kahit na yung pumalpak sila, kahit na hindi nila nagawa yung dapat gawin para sa atin, we still need to honor them being our parents. That's the reason why we do the same and we're careful with our words, with our treatment to people in authorities like presidents or people na nilagay ng Panginoon. We may disagree with their actions, but we should not go to that point that we dishonor the office, being the president, being those in authorities. In fact, even the ministry in the church, that's the same. You know what David did? When Saul was trying to kill him, hinahabol siya para patayin na siya. At nagkaroon ng pagkakataon si David na patayin din si Saul sapagkat nasa likuran siya. You know what David did? Sabi ng mga tawa niya, bawian na natin, patayin na natin siya. Ano sabi ni David? But the Lord forbid that I should lay a hand on the Lord's anointed. God forbid, nasaktan ko ang taong tinawag at pinili ng Diyos. That's the reason why, be careful, mga kapatid. Regardless ng samaan ng loob, do not go to that point that you are going to test the Lord's anointed because of the office that the Lord has given to him. Mananagot ka. And I have seen people who struggled even in their Christian life because they did not honor the person God has clearly chosen. Now, it doesn't mean that you will disagree or you will agree with everything that a person is saying or doing. But please do not dishonor them and dishonor the office that they possess. If you are a born-again Christian, you receive the Lord Jesus Christ, the love of Christ in your heart. This is the reason why it is incumbent for you to love and to forgive. Kaya, kung kahit gaano pa kalaki yung pagkakamali na gawa ng iyong magulang o ng tatay, you can honor the parent by first and foremost forgiving them for whatever failures that they've committed. Ang una at pinakatampok na paraan upang ibigay mo yung paggalang ay yung patawarin sila sa anumang pagkakamali na. Why? Colossians 3:13 says, forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Kung naging kang Krisyano, tinanggap ang pag-ibig ng Diyos, kaya mo rin magpatawad sapagkat ikaw rin naman ay pinatawad din ng Diyos. Kahit gaano pa kalaki yung pagkakamali ng iyong magulang, ng iyong tatay sa'yo, you can still honor the parent by first and foremost forgiving him for whatever failures that they committed. It may be hard, but you can do it bilang anak ng Diyos. How? Practically. How can you learn to forgive? Start praying for your father. Remember him. Pray for him. Secondly, stop bad-mouthing your father. Huwag mong pagsalita ng pangit, ng masama, kahit sa ibang tao. Ang tatay ko, ganun-ganito. Kung hindi kaya, seek God's grace that will enable you to exert and give forgiveness to your father. you'll find that it's possible to forgive even a father who did maybe the most evil thing that a person can think of sa kanya anak. Alam mo ba, mga kapatid, if you cannot forgive your parents, you are under a curse. Kapag hindi mo daw pinatawad ang iyong mga magulang, you're under a curse. People say, etong nakakatawa, hindi ko tutularan ng tatay ko, I will be like my father. Hindi ko susundan niya sa mga kalukuhang ginawa niya. Ironic. You'll find that the person who was saying that exactly will become like his father. Ironic. It's weird, but it's happening. You know why? Because he's under a curse. If you have not forgiven your father, you're under a curse. Yung ayaw mo na ginawa ng tatay mo, delikado. Baka mapunta ka rin doon. A good example, I'm always sharing this to you. I'll never forget this, that during one television show, Martin Rivera boldly declared, saying, I'll never forgive my father for what he did to us as a family. To Bert Rivera, who led them as a family. Sabi niya, I'll never forgive my father. And I'll not do what he has done to us. Sabi niya, hindi ko tutularan yung kanyang ginawa. Several years after, as a family, he broke with his wife, Paz Fernandez, and left their home. He did what his father do to them. It's a curse. It's a curse. If you're a Christian but won't forgive, you're under a curse. You're wasting the opportunity to create a loving and forgiving generation of family. Kasi anong nangyayari kapag hindi ka nagpatawad? Your family or your children sees your bitterness and will inherit it and pass it on to the next generation. Diba? Yung mga, alam natin, yung mga pamilya, huwag ka pumunta diya sa tsuhin mo na yan, huwag ka pumunta sa galungan. Dadali niya, madadamay sila. Pati yung mga susunod na mga henerasyon, magagalit na rin sila doon sa kamag-anak at magpapalipat-lipat na. It's happening. It's a curse. But if you choose to look over the offense of your father at pinatawad mo siya, God can turn your curse into a blessing. Ulitin ko, if you don't forgive your fathers, you're under a curse. But if you're willing to forgive and you're forgiven them, the curse can be turned into a blessing. Look at what God said in Deuteronomy 3:15. However, the Lord your God would not listen to Balaam, but turn the curse into a blessing. So pwede pala ma-turn your curse into a blessing to you because the Lord God loves you. Because the Lord your God loves you. Simply because mahal ka ng Diyos, kaya pwede niyang baguhin yung isang sumpa at maging gawing pagpapala. Sapagkat mahal ka ng Diyos. Kaya nga sinabi ni John, it was a film, we love because He first loved us. Kaya na natin magmahal sapagkat una niya tayong minahal. Kaya na natin magpatawad sapagkat una niya tayong pinatawad. I'll never forget that. 2 years ago, I was able to connect with one of my young people, my first pastorate in Paranaque. Minsan, hindi ko siya makakalimutan because he's serving the church very actively as a musician. But he has a big problem sa kanilang family problem sapagkat sa young boy, lumaki siya sa tahanan na yung tatay nila sugaro, lasenggero, nambubugog ng asawa. I've seen him many times running to me, running in the church, crying because yung tatay niya lasing na naman at binubog yung nanay niya. And there was even a time nung saan sa jeep pinuntahan ko siya, umiyak siya, kinausap ko siya. And he said, si tatay lasing na naman, binubog na naman si nanay. And I told him, dahil gusto niya nang bumigay, ayaw niya na Napapagod na siya, sabi niya. At sabi ko sa kanya, yung tatay mo hindi mo na kayang baguhin. But you know what you can do? You take this as a challenge and give your best in your studies. Excel. So that later on, kapag nagtagumpay ka, pwede mo nang kunin ng nanay mo at mailayo doon sa tatay mo na maaring nabubugbog sa kanya. Take this as a challenge. I was amazed because he took that word as a challenge and then nagsumikap siya, nagtapos siya as an architect, nakapagtrabaho ng maayos. I even officiated yung wedding niya. Later on, they moved to Australia and now he is a successful architect in that place, even serving the Lord in the church as a family, together. Happy. At yung kanyang nanay, still yung pa rin natin now, enjoying his life. Yung kanyang tatay, namatay na. But he was never bitter. He learned to forgive his father. That's the reason why he succeeded. Come to think of it, mga kapatid, hindi kaya mahirap yung buhay sometimes. May issue pa tayo sa ating relasyon sa ating mga magulang, sa ating tatay particularly, who did some bad things in our lives and were not able to forget. Maybe some of us will live as a victim of our past with our father. So let me close. Somebody has used the word father as an acronym to describe them. Father stands for a friend that he is to us. Letter A, an anchor I can rely on. That's my father. Letter T, as a teacher I can learn from. Letter H, a hero I can look up to. Letter E, an encourager all the time he's beside me. Letter R, as a role model I'm proud of. That's a father. Now I don't know. Our fathers may not be completely as what describes here by these words. My own father is one of them. But praise the Lord, because I can't think of any time that I harbored bitterness in my heart. In fact, when my father wanted to leave us and to go to another place to stay with his own life, I even brought him there and even took time to talk to him and showed my care even for a while, before he passed away. Some of us may have been abandoned. Sumakabilang bahay yung ating mga tatay. May have been abused physically, verbally, physically. Pwede po na nangyari sa atin, mga kapatid. And maybe you're struggling in your life right now because you're looking at your father as the cause because yung tatay mo is supporter ng ABS-CBN. Ano yung ABS-CBN? Alak, babae, sugal, ABS. Yung CBN, cockfighting, babe, at nightclub. Pareho lang. Maybe yan yung buhay ng tatay mo before. I don't know, mga kapatid. But, as a Christian who got a new heavenly Father, right now, He has given us the capacity to honor our earthly Father. So today, as we celebrate the Father's Day, let me ask you, honor thy Father. Honor thy Father. Happy Father's Day sa lahat ng tatay ng GCCC, and God bless you all.
Po tayo po ay umako sa ating pong pananalangin. Ang maraming Diyos na makapangyarihan sa lahat, ngunit nga po Panginoon, kami po nagpupuri, nagpapasalamat sa iyong mensahe na amin po napakinggan sa umaga na ito. Ngunit nga po Panginoon na salamat sa mga biyaya ng spiritual po Panginoon, Patuloy Lord, na yung mga mensahe mo na ito ay magsilbi kalakasan po na ating mga spiritual na buhay. Dalangin po namin sa iyo po Panginoon, kayo pa sa open. Patuloy mong ginagamit upang ang iyong mga banal na salita ay kanya po maibahagi. Hindi lamang po sa lugar ng iglesia na kanya po pinagpapasuran, pagkus nagagamit din po namin para po pagkain spiritual po namin sa ating pong iglesia po Panginoon dito sa bansang Pilipinas. Tunay nga po Panginoon, pagpalain mo rin po siya po Panginoon spiritually, physically, at patuloy Lord na ikabuhan siya na ito laging sumamit sumubrad niyo po sa kanya kasama po ng kanyang buong pamilya. Ngayon po Panginoon, dalangin din po namin sa iyo na sa araw po na ito, na sa pagulita po namin ng kaarawan po ng araw po ng mga katatayan. Tuloy Lord na nandalangin po namin sa iyo na lahat po ng mga tatay ng iglesia, sa iglesia po ng Great Commandment Christian Church ay patuloy mong pagpupluring, patuloy mo silang bigyan po Panginoon ng iyong pagkalinga. Dahil po namin na patuloy kami bigyan ng kalakasan na po mga pising na katawan, magamit din po namin po Panginoon sa po mga ginagawang paglilingkod sa iyo. Kaya din po Panginoon, lahat po ng mga tatay po Panginoon sa iglesia po ng Great Commandment Christian Church ay patuloy Lord na yung mga biyaya at pagpapala ay patuloy po namin mararanasan. Ngayon din po Panginoon, patuloy Lord na dalangin din po namin sa iyo mga kapatiran din po namin na nasa ibang bansa. Patuloy Lord na ingatan mo silang palagi, ikaw po siyang magbigay po sa kanila ng mga biyaya at pagpapala na higit pa Lord sa kanila po mga inaasahan. At ang iyong pagsama ay patuloy po nilang maranasan muli sa kanila pong mga pagtatrabaho o sa mga kumakalat din po na coronavirus. Patuloy Lord na yung pag-iingat ay patuloy po nilang maranasan. Kami po ay nagdideklara ng protection po Panginoon sa mga kapatid po namin na ito na nasa lugar nagtatrabaho po sa ibang bansa. Sa pangalan ni Jesus, kami po ay nagdideklara ng mga biyaya at pagpapala para po sa mga kapatid po namin na ito po Panginoon. Maging sa bawat isa po sa amin na narito po sa Pilipinas, patuloy Lord na ikaw po ang siyang magbigay sa amin din po ng mga biyaya at pagpapala. Ang iyong pag-iingat ay patuloy din po namin maranasan. Tuloy na ikaw po ang siyang magbigay po sa amin ng mga patuloy na kalakasan ng aming po mga physical na pangangatawan. Ikaw po ang siyang lagi po namin masamba sa Espiritu at katotohanan. At dalangin din po namin na nawa ay sa darating pong katapusan po ng June ay patuloy Lord na dalangin po namin na kami po ay yung aming pong lugar ay malagay po sa modified community quarantine po Panginoon. At mapayagan na po yung lahat po ng mga simbahan na sama-sama na magpupuri sa bawat sanktuaryo, sa bawat iglesia na ang po mga nabibilangan ay patuloy Lord na kami po ay malaya na makapagpupuri sasamba sa iyo sa Espiritu at katotohanan. Salamat po Panginoon at angkin po namin Panginoon yung katagumpayan ng gawain po na ito at lahat ng aming po mga dalangin. Alam po namin Lord na ito po ay tutugunin po Panginoon sa iyong dakilang kaparaanan po Panginoon. Salamat po at patuloy Lord na ikaw po ang siyang magbigay po sa amin ng mga biyaya at pagpapala. Nawa itaglay ng bawat isa yung mga biyaya at pagpapala na nanggagaling sa ating Diyos Ama at ang pag-ibig na nanggagaling sa ating Diyos Anak at ang pagsama ng Santong Espiritu ay patuloy po natin maranasan ngayon at magpakailanman. Amen. Amen.